how you guys doing today? This is another episode of Soulja Talk The Podcast. I'm your host, Sergeant McPherson. And on this channel, we discuss military topics with current service members and prior service members. Okay, so today I have Sergeant Cortes with me.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Okay, Sergeant, go ahead and kind of introduce yourself, Sergeant.
Hey, I'm Sergeant Cortes Heidi. I'm from San Sebastián, Puerto Rico.
Okay, Sergeant, so I just want you to tell the people, like, okay, start when you was in Puerto Rico. What made you decide? What made you decide to join the military?
So when I was 19 or 20 years old, I was in the university. So I told my family that I want to join in the military. At that time, I got diagnosed with cancer, cervical cancer, and a tumor in my head. So I joined in the military after I got cleared. So yeah, I decided since I was a little girl, I told my family, hey, I want to join in the military, and finally I got here, 5 years in.
Okay, so you always wanted to do this?
Yes, always.
Okay, that's interesting. So kind of tell me about life in Puerto Rico. I know you went to college and stuff like that. Kind of tell me about your journey leading up to you in your enlistment.
So as soon as I graduated from high school, I went to the university and stuff. And in Puerto Rico, the economy is kind of bad, you know. So if you study in Puerto Rico and you wanna like do what you study over there, you need to like have money to do it. So I decided to join in the military, and I told my family I'm gonna join in the army. And it was like kind of difficult because I learned English in the military. None of my family is just like 2 or 3 of them that speak English. So it was like kind of difficult. I didn't pass the test the first time. I took the test the second time and passed it. They sent me to Lackland Air Force Base to learn English. So in Lackland, they give you like 6 months to learn English. So I passed the test in 3 months. And then after that, they sent me to boot camp.
So you passed the test. It took you how many times to pass the test, Sergeant?
I took the test like they give you a test every month. And if you pass, so after you pass, they give you another test 2 weeks later. If you pass, then you're good to go and you can go to boot camp. So I took the test like 3 times.
Okay, so it's different from you took the test in Puerto Rico. You didn't take it in. Well, that's part of the United States, right?
Yes, Puerto Rico is part of the United States. So I took the ASVAB test in Puerto Rico. So in Puerto Rico, the first language is Spanish, so they give you over there the English test. That was the test that I didn't pass. So they give you the opportunity to go to Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. It's like a type of university that you learn English. So we have a lot of allies from other countries there to learn English to be part of the actual army.
Okay, so after you passed the test, so it's basically the same thing over here in the States. Like you went to MEPS and stuff like that, right?
You do maps and everything over there.
Okay.
In Puerto Rico, you do everything over there. You do in-processing and all kind of stuff. The only different thing is you ship from Puerto Rico to the United States to go to school, and you go straight to Lackland Air Force Base. And after you're done with Lackland Air Force Base, you graduate and everything, you pass the test with more than 80%, is when they send you to actual boot camp in Fort Jackson, Leonardwood, depends your MOS.
Okay, so I know that you have a master's degree, right, Sar?
Yes, I have a master's degree in neuropsychology clinic.
Neuropsychology?
Clinic, yes.
So what is that, Sar?
That's the neuropsychology clinic is kind of combined, like it's psychological issues plus neurological issues. For example, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, all that kind of diseases.
Oh, it's diseases.
Yes, it's diseases. It's kind of difficult how to explain it to you.
Okay, because I'm thinking you cure diseases. I'm thinking you're not a therapist.
It's kind of both.
Okay.
It's kind of both.
Okay, that's interesting. So where are you stationed at now, Sarge?
Right now, I'm stationed in Camp Humphreys, South Korea.
Okay, so what's your job over there?
I'm a supply and CO, and I'm a platoon sergeant.
You a platoon sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what are your daily tasks? What do you do on a day-to-day basis at work?
So in the morning, it depends the situations, depends the unit that you are, and even though like the post where you are. So we do PT normally, like it's supposed to be in every unit at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then after PT, you go to your actual unit. In my case, I'm a supply NCO, so I have to work with the property book. I take care of the commander, take care of all the property. So I just tag my soldiers to help me out, and during the day, we just like go to SSA, we go to DLA to turn in property. We make sure that all the inventories are accounted for and everything is good to go for the commander.
Okay, so what type of unit are you in, Sergeant?
I'm a military intelligence unit.
Okay, so do you guys have any what type of equipment do y'all have? Mostly what?
We have everything.
Okay.
Honestly, like everything is like communications. It's intelligence. It's intelligence. It's a lot of stuff.
Okay, so sorry, so you said you have soldiers under you. How many soldiers do you have under you?
I have 12 soldiers under me. It's 5 United States soldiers and 7 Katusas. The Katusas are the Korean soldiers.
Okay, so how long have you been in Korea, Sergeant?
In Korea, since June 14 this year.
June 14th.
It's almost like 3 months.
So you just PCS there.
I just PCS there.
Where you came from before that, Sergeant?
Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Okay, because that's where I'm at right now. I'm in Fort Bragg also. Yep.
What unit?
So it's a SATMO, so we basically tour ourselves. We're not part of like 82nd or nothing like that. It's USASOC, so it's like not part of the usual Army doctrine and stuff like that.
Okay.
So with you saying you have soldiers up under you, how when you first so did you have soldiers up under you when you first got promoted to E5?
Before get promoted to E5.
Okay.
Before, when I was an E4 promotable.
Okay, so how many soldiers you had up under you when you was an E4 promotable?
It was like 5 of them.
5 soldiers. That's
5
crazy.
soldiers.
So you did counseling statements for
every month. For
every month?
one. Yes, for each one, every month, counseling statements.
Can you tell the people what are counseling statements and what basically tell the people what you mean by counseling statements are?
So when you first got to in a unit and you have a soldier, right? You have to do an initial counseling. The initial counseling is you have to explain it to them what are your expectations of them, what type of stuff you want to work with them. You're gonna ask them their struggles, what are their short goals, their long-term goals, and every month you're gonna be like talking to them and giving them the actual counselings to verify improvements if they are being reaching what exactly they told you that what they want to do. Not all the soldiers are going to tell you the same. Some soldiers, first of all, you have to know them. You have to know them. Some soldiers are going to tell you, oh, I just joined the military because I just want to get out of my house. Some soldiers are going to tell you, yeah, I just joined the military because I want to be a doctor. I joined in the military because I want to be better in my life, you know. And you have to work with it. That's the way that you can like annotate everything every single month with the monthly counselings. If they do something wrong, you can give them a verbal counseling, or you can do like a writing counseling. It's up to you. It depends the unit. Some other units doesn't do it, but that's the way that you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do counseling every month. Your soldiers, positively or negatively, it depends the situation.
Okay, so that's the topic that we was gonna move into next. Basically, talking about having soldiers up under you and what to do when you have different type of soldiers up under you. Cause my experiences, my first time having a soldier up under me, it was crazy because the soldier that I had up under me when I first got to the unit, he was over the Army body composition program. He was on that, so he was overweight. I don't think he was passing his PT test or something like that. And when I got to the unit, they just basically they didn't have nothing good to say about him. So the NCO, she was like, yeah, you gonna have your hands full with this one. So I mean, when I got there, I guess my type of leadership kind of reflected on him because it kind of changed night and day because he actually started to get better. He started to improve. He got off the body composition program and passed his PT test, and he became promotable before he left from not being my soldier. So I feel like the leadership has a lot to do with your soldiers because your leadership style is gonna reflect on them. So my leadership style, I don't micromanage at all. So if you're not passing your PT test, and if you coming up, you getting counselings, you have negative counselings, I'm not gonna micromanage you. It's up to you to do the right thing. So if you want to stay in the Army, you're gonna make sure you do everything you have to do to stay in. So, Sergeant, do you have any bad experiences with soldiers where you had to do corrective training or anything like that?
Yes, I had a couple. I got soldiers that have like psychological problems. I have soldiers that disrespectful soldiers. I got soldiers that same situation that you have, a soldier that doesn't pass a PT test, and it's being kind of difficult. It depends on how you manage the situation, because like I said before, you're gonna have soldiers that they're good soldiers, they know what they want, and you're gonna have soldiers that they're gonna be difficult to work with.
So I only had one soldier. No, I actually, yeah, that was probably the more challenging one. But give me an experience, Sergeant, give me just a hell of an experience with a soldier, like where you was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, like you ever had one of those moments where you like, what the hell is wrong with this soldier? Or
that you say I quit.
mm-hmm.
Yes, I had an experience like that. I have experience with a soldier. I'm not gonna say gender, but I have experience with a soldier that that soldier was so disrespectful. Didn't show up formations. When I was doing like the barracks inspection, the room was horrible, disgusting, horrible. And I figured it out. I started working with the soldier, verifying what's going on, trying to help in the soldier. And I realized that she have like situations, like she was alcoholic. And I already said the gender. But it was so difficult. I did everything to help her, not just only me. My chain of command did it too. And sometimes I was getting home and crying because I was just like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I was frustrated. I let that soldier to get in my mind, and it's something that you can't let a soldier get in your mind. And yeah, it was so difficult. She's out of the Army right now. I hope it's okay. But yeah, it was a really, really bad experience. She didn't want the help.
Is this the same soldier you said punched the commander in the face and all that?
With the PC.
So
she threw the PC the commander in the face.
What happened with that situation? Was she she had to report to the commander or something, or
she didn't show up to formation that morning, so that's what I went to her room. I went to her room. I knocked the door. She didn't answer, so we went to CQ. CQ opened the room for us, and she was passed out in the room. So we helped her out.
she was drunk.
She was drunk, completely drunk. She was passed out in the room. So we
That
helped her
morning?
that morning. It
Dang.
was early in the morning. It was after PT. It was like 6:30, 6:40 in the morning. Yeah. So we called the MPs to do a breathalyzer. She refuses. And the commander said, no, you have to go to work. Even though you're drunk, you have to show up to work. So at work, she got like difficult and she started like doing stuff with her hands. I tried to calm him down. She took her PC, threw it in the face of the commander. Like, it was so disrespectful. Was it so difficult? And after that, we try to help her, get her like the help that she needs, but she refuses. So after that, she got a DUI too. It's at 11 o'clock in the morning. I think that was like 3 days after
3 days after that incident.
that situation. Yeah, and she got out of the military. The army took her out because she didn't want to help. She still get in trouble, and yeah, it was like 7 or 10 days after that second incident. She was out of the military.
Okay, so did y'all ever get to the bottom of that? Like, did you ever find out like what was wrong with her, or why was she doing that, or what?
She was like, one of the times that I talked to her, she was saying that was like family situations. She didn't want to open to anybody, even though we got her help. The personnel who wants like the psychologist, the therapist, she didn't want to open to anybody. Like, she didn't want to help. She didn't want to speak up. So that's why that we was just like trying to help her, but she didn't want the help. So the only thing that she told us was the family situations. That's it.
That's all she said was just family situation.
Just only that. And it was like sad. It was difficult, frustrated for me. As an NCO, it was frustrating because our point is to help our soldiers, get to know them, verifying what they need, try to build that trust, so your soldiers can like trust you, and even though if they have any issues, family issues or military issues, they can sit down with you and tell you what's going on. Mm-hmm. But in that situation, she didn't want to open to anybody, and it was frustrating.
Okay, so that was one of the incidents that you had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so other than that, that was the worst one you had?
Yes, that was the worst.
Okay, because, yeah, I only had one soldier, but you had soldiers even when you was an E4 promotable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you been a 92 Yankee this whole time?
This whole time. 92 Yankee.
Okay. Okay, so as far as your job, you think your leadership has trained you like to be efficient in doing being a supply sergeant?
Of course, yes. When I joined in the Army and I got my first duty station, Fort Bragg, I got a sponsor, Stas Arnaud. That man is the best leader that I ever had. Everything that I know about supply, everything that I am right now is because of him. He was a great leader. He's still a great leader. And everything that I know is just because of him. And I thank God that I got that type of leader since I got in my first duty station.
He taught you everything you know, basically?
Yes. He guided me since step one. He guided me since step one through now. Technically, he is in Korea now, too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next thing I want to move into, Sarge, so this part of the show where I'm going to give you two options, and you basically going to talk about, you basically going to choose one, and then you're going to talk about why you choose that option. So I'm going to go with NCO or officer.
NCO, officer, NCO.
Okay.
Why take an NCO? I can take both, because one of my long-term goals in the military is being an officer, right? Be a doctor in the military. That's one of my goals. I want to finish my PhD. But I'm talking about right now as an NCO, because that's what I am right now. I'm an NCO. I'm being trained to be a leader, to guide soldiers. Like the school saying, train to lead, lead to train. NCOs make it happen. And that's what I took NCO.
Okay, so that's why you chose NCO?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because a lot of people, they say we the backbone of the Army and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. As the NCO creed says, like the NCO, one of the parts of the NCO that says, I will fulfill my responsibilities inherent in that role. All soldiers are entitled to outstanding leadership. I will provide that leadership. So that's one of the sentences of the NCO that I like, because you have to guide soldiers. You are gonna fulfill that responsibilities in your role, and build that trust that you need with your soldiers. Because if you don't have happy soldiers, you don't guide them the way that you're supposed to guide them, any mission is not gonna be accomplished.
Okay, so with the next one, I'm gonna go with the ACFT or the APFT, Sergeant, and why?
I like the ACFT more, cause in the ACFT, if you're talking about like time, those 2 minutes in push-ups, those 2 minutes in sit-ups, and the run, I'm sorry, I can be stand up waiting those 2 minutes. It get me. I can get nervous.
Waiting 2 minutes for what?
The 2 minutes doing push-ups, 2 minutes. It's just like it's getting me desperate. I don't know why. Those 2 minutes doing push-ups is just like it stress me out. And in the ACFT, I'm sorry. And in the ACFT, you just go do what you have to do in the properly way, of course, and then you're done.
Okay. So ACFT before APFT. I mean, it's still 2 minutes though.
Why did you say that? Still 2 minutes.
No, it's still 2 minutes. Like everything is still 2 minutes.
No.
The leg tuck is still 2 minutes.
It's still 2 minutes?
Yeah, they
No,
still.
it's 2 minutes and 9 seconds. It's the plank, and 2 minutes the leg tuck. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying I can't. I don't know. It's just me. When I'm doing push-ups or I'm doing sit-ups, 30 seconds remaining. That stresses me out. I don't know why.
Okay.
And so for me, ACFT, you go like left, do whatever you have to do, and you're done.
Okay.
In the APFT, you have to wait everybody, and for me, it's better ACFT, and it's gonna help you out more. And if you are downrange, because it's more weight. So if you're downrange and you have a comrade like that got shot in the leg, and you're not gonna leave it right there. Like you need to have you have to be strong to carry him or carry her. So for me, I think the ACFT is gonna help you out more, like physically fitness, than the APFT.
Okay. So there you guys go. So this has been another episode of Soulja Talk The Podcast. Sergeant Cortez, you got anything else you want to leave the people with? Any soldiers that might be looking for some type of advice or anything?
Just to speak up. If you see something, you hear something, speak up.
So
Don't get quiet.
So it is by you saying speak up, it reminded me of what's going on this month, which was suicide prevention, right?
Suicide prevention.
Okay, so you got anything to tell any soldiers out there who might be thinking about doing something to themselves or hurting themselves in any type of way, Sarge?
Yes, if you feel the way that you think that you feel, just talk to somebody. We are here, even friends, your leaders, your NCOs, your officers, just speak up and talk to us. It's better than you talk to us for 2, 3, 4, or 5 hours, even if you have to cry or just vent, then we have to go and attend to your funeral. Just talk to us. We are here for you.
Yes, it's a temporary problem. It's a permanent solution. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I learned that today. Okay.
That's true.
Okay, so There you guys go. Okay, sorry, Cortez, I would like to thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
And I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.